The state of New Hampshire has as its motto, live free or die. It's founded in the deep belief that the free markets should reign. It's founded in the belief that we don't want others to tell us how to run our lives. I mentioned that in the context of the Federal Reserve and monetary policy is because the Federal Reserve has really embarked on something no central bank has done before. Rather than just printing money, which is inflationary enough, the Federal Reserve now decides of who that money should be given to. Not just select banks and playing survivor there, who is going to get the money and who is not, but giving it to specific sectors of the economy. The most striking example being General Motors, where the finance arm from General Motors had a very bad business model, was running out of money, couldn't provide credit anymore, and then GMAC decides it wants to apply to a banking license, didn't have money to get a banking license, so got about $6 billion from the Treasury Department to then have sufficient capital to get a banking license. They then turn around and give money at 0% interest to consumers who couldn't qualify before to get loans, at least not to get any good loans. And that sort of environment, we are risking to give credit to very specific sectors of the economy, not so different from what happens in the planned economy. In the planned economy, the socialists or communists used to allocate who gets the money, who is allowed to do what. And that's the risk, and that's the huge departure we're seeing from the current mode of the Federal Reserve. That's the slippery slope we're on. Obviously, we're not in communism yet, but it is something that we should be vigilant about. And not only should we be vigilant about it, there should also be some accountability. At the Federal Reserve, there's no accountability that these programs will be unwound or mopped up. Indeed, the latest program, the $500 billion mortgage-backed security purchase program, is almost impossible to wind up. Imagine when this program is over in 6 months. First of all, they'll ask for an extension, but more importantly, you cannot simply sell these securities again without creating havoc in the markets. We've got to be very careful to think about what freedoms we give up for presumed safety. To bail out those who've had too much credit, we're giving up the free market principles. We're giving up those, we're pretty much punishing anybody who has been saving, and we're going down a slope we should think very hard about. Sustainable wealth is not built with the shackles of debt. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness can be more easily achieved when you're rid of debt. Debt is not the solution, but part of the problem.